So let's
knife round.
kick it off. Yes, it is live. It's not the knife round anymore. It's Epsilon against SK Gaming in the elimination match of DreamHack Tours, the minor, the European minor. I don't know, Epsilon showed some promise on their own terrorist side in the second half.
They're having the same, almost pretty much the same CD pistol side, which is showed against Dignitas. That didn't work out, but this time around, SK Gaming taking a little slow. They do have some utility play with a couple of smokes and flashes, and it looks like they're going to be going for this B hit. They have a man that is Pimp, who's just a little carelessly looking around long, probably trying to go for a late flank, perhaps. And I'm not, like I said again, Epsilon, every time they showed some aggression, some map control, and some initiative, that's when they managed to win those rounds against Dignitas. So this passive play, I don't know if it's going to work out against SK. Let's see.
Yeah, and they are passive, they are virtually blind, and they don't know that it's just a fake by Pimp. Everyone's on the wrong bomb site except for Disco Doppeln. He catches the nade and goes down to 7 HP. The terrorists have gotten themselves a good foothold, and Pimp is still in the back of the CTs. Watch out for him to come in later on in the round if things should go south. It's a 5v4 now, a 5v3. Again, Pimp still on his way. He has to help his teammates out really soon. The terrorists are just holding back. They wanna let the bomb do its job and put the pressure up. And there comes Epsilon with that frag. Modi chimes in with his own kill. It's a 2v2 now. Modi running out of bullets, but so are the CTs. They are all running with a knife sound, and Pimp is finally coming in. But the bomb is about to be fused. Ready? No, he can't pull it off. Pimp is gonna be the hero with a triple kill for SK Gaming, winning the pistol round. But what a close affair.
That was surprising. This time around, Epsilon with a pretty nice retake with Pimp. Like you said, that flank from him. A little bit too late, but he manages to kill that guy over in a sniper's nest and then clutching it out 1v2. So, like I said, heroic efforts coming out. Triple kill, if I'm not mistaken, from Pimp there. But that round could definitely go this way. And again, they're going for full spot this time around. Draken with the scout. He has been missing a lot of shots, as we saw earlier with the AWP. Hopefully, he has warmed up enough. Rez, the man to watch, at least for me, for Epsilon. Gonna get the one kill, but quick refrags coming out from SK Gaming. They should be pretty comfortable run. Zalos, the last man, the only man with any health to speak of. Draken's down to 25 points of health with the scout. He's not going to spot anyone else as well. And SK Gaming, just a one casualty. This should be a pretty comfortable round here, and this should force Epsilon to go for the for another eco.
Yeah, the T's will also bring a lot of equipment and rifles to the next round, so their economy is kick-started already, and that might be a problem later on in the halftime, right?
True, but then again, like we saw, Epsilon, this CD side was very unimaginative. The only couple of 2 or 3 rounds which you managed to win was, again, like we said, due to some heroic moments, as well as the fact that they caught Dignitas a little off guard. And right now, like, I'm afraid that they might just have a similar showing against the other Danish team here, as Draken is in a very tough spot here. Cadian, the UMP, is gonna take him down. Zalos last man left alive. He should be able to hold on to his CZ, but that's all he's going to be able to do. Epsilon should be going for another eco here, and that should make it 3-0 for SK very, very soon. But I want to see some more aggression coming from Epsilon. They have nothing to lose at the moment.
They are the underdog still, even though SK didn't kick this
that was very surprising, though. I mean, Orbit, I know we're not casting another game right now, but who do you think might come out on top? The Dignitas and Orbit. Very surprised to see Orbit performing so well.
It should be Dignitas, and I think with Config being warmed up now and not looking weak at all, as I already said before, he was sometimes the guy that... I mean, he is one of the main performers. Imagine Mousesports and Nico doesn't perform. Mousesports gonna lose. And it felt the same for Dignitas. So with Config being on point, they can definitely crush, well, not crush, but win decisively against Orbit. But on the other side, Orbit is such a dangerous team on their T sides.
And flawless start coming from SK Gaming. That's going to be Caden picking up a triple kill. Easy eco frags. And for Epsilon, they don't have the money for the big range, so just going to opt to go for the M4, A1s, and A4s with a fair number of smokes. And we should be expecting SK Gaming to probably slow things down a little bit now. Try and draw out the resources. They should know Epsilon don't have that much of money. They don't have that many, Molotovs. They don't have any Molotovs, in fact. That's what we can see here. Just a one kit on Rez as well. But SK...
Nades here opening up this round, but the frags come in favor of the CTs with a 5v3. Epsilon is trying to get it back, but he gets shut down by Freddy B, who is having a good game so far. Double kill for him in this round as well, and Cadian is last man alive for SK. For everyone that just tunes in or hasn't been up to date with the CSGO scene, Freeze is or had surgery on his hip, and therefore he can't play in this minor. So Cadian
and
is standing in.
and that it's very evident that Freeze's absence. Again, I didn't have the opportunity to watch the game between them and Orbit, because obviously it cost me out of the game, but pretty nice shot on Cadian there.
Yeah.
Flawless round, very emphatic gun round coming up from Epsilon. And SK Gaming, man, I mean, the fact that Frizz is not there, let's see how badly it affects them.
Yeah, Cadian should be able to AWP. He is usually an AWP player, so he's almost a perfect replacement. And they know each other very well. But let's see what SK can do in this one. It will be another full buy, and Freddy's going out on a limb. The aggression that we mentioned and the aggression that has been so successful against Dignitas coming out from Epsilon.
Perfect flash on with Drake, and he would have been dead there. And Cadian misses the shot. No, Cadian, you can't miss those shots, man. And that's going to be the early kill for Drake, and AWP is going to be taken off. They picked up by Pimp, rather, but early man advantage by Epsilon. And they're not falling back yet. They still have a man. Now they're falling back. We do have, I think it's Drake and Disco Dopplan slowly inching the way back, but Disco is just going to hold near short while they have a man that is Freddy B, who has looked pretty on point previous round.
Yeah, but
his
he
teammates
has to watch
flashbang.
out, because he's about to be stabbed in the back by Magisk and by Modi. Both of them are having that angle covered. Freddy goes down. Good team play by the terrorist, drawing it back to equal play count. But the HP is not really favoring them that much. Now let's see what they are about to do. It seems like an A execution with Pim taking point. And he is also an all player. So they have all the options. They just have to make it work.
That spot on in connected stairs, that's such a great position, as in, like, if you play it right and if you're a little lucky, you can pretty much destroy any T play, any terrorist push. But at the same time, if you get killed there, caught out alone, you're gonna be, there's not gonna be any refrag. And now the play coming in, Draken thought it might be a B play, but it's gonna fall back to the A bombs, and the smokes are raining in. Here we go.
Yeah, they are out of position. Draken came back to try and hold something back. Epsilon goes down through the smoke with 6 seconds on the clock. Unlikely that the CTs would have won this round if Draken didn't get that kill. It's a 2v2 and the round is over due to the time running out. What? Okay. Why not?
That was great. A great spray by Drake and through the smoke there, and SK Gaming keep leaving it to the last moment, and they had no time in the end. They managed to salvage the 2 guns, that they did have 2 men alive in the end. And I don't know, was it Drake or just waltzed in with a knife out?
It was Draken that tried to strafe his way to, I think, was it Pim? No.
That was ridiculous though.
Yeah.
But
a quick push by Tennis. Look at that. They speed it up with their force buy, and they will crush the first few defenders on the B-bomb side. Disco Dopplan pulling it back with a double kill, but it's a 3v1. And Draken is not in a good position. He will probably be expected in a few seconds.
Yeah, he's just trying to hold on to his AWP here, but because SK, right, that round, they were like, alright, you know what, screw it. I think they got a little mad there, the fact that they ran out of time.
Yeah.
So, no nonsense, no bullshit push coming on the B-bomb side. They're just going to decimate that, and Draken alone with the AWP is going to be able to hold on to it. And just take a look at the money real quickly. And Epsilon are broke.
They are. It's just the same story that we had in the first game for Epsilon on the CT side. They win a few rounds. This time they actually won 2 in a row. But with that, that was so weird that Draken just drafted in there like that.
Yeah,
Saving
it's like,
oh,
we won the round, so, take my life. I don't know what he was thinking there. He could have tried staying around there, reloading perhaps. And it was ridiculous. The guy was so far away. It just... trying to bunny hop his way towards him with a knife.
I mean, there was a Molotov close to him. Maybe he panicked because of that. Or maybe he thought the terrorist would have depleted his ammunition because they also tried to spray him down. But
Force buy?
yeah, I mean, it would have been way better if he had saved the weapon earlier, because now they only have one. They could have had 2 or even 3 guns.
Yep, and now Draken, he is going to be pushing up long here. Again, some aggression being showcased by Epsilon. They've had some luck here. Freddy B finds Marty with the deagle. And Draken's going to find Pimp.
That is an awesome start for Epsilon. Good work done by them. Now they just have to collect those weapons, and Disco Doppler gets himself the AK.
I think Freddy wallbanged the guy from the B-bomb side with the deagle.
I wasn't on him. I can't tell. But
I'm just gonna check where the body is lying. I'm not sure where he is. Meantime, though,
definitely make their execution now on the B bomb side. Kaden with a Tech 9 kill, but Freddy with another deagle shot. A 4v2 now. SK Gaming hit a brick wall on the B side against a 1 rifle forced by. And that rifle wasn't even bought. It was saved. It's a 2v2 nonetheless, though. SK will not give this round up yet. 3 seconds, the bomb goes down. Disco Doppler opens it up, and he finishes it off as well. Draken actually robbed that kill.
Yep,
but
they actually tag team up. Yeah, that was Draken with the op getting that kill onto Pimp, and then Freddy B with some beautiful couple of shots. I didn't see the first shot. It looked like a wallbang. I'm not sure about that, but the second one dig beautifully played, and that's going to be Epsilon bringing it back on a very, very shabby buy. They just had armor and pistols, and just at 1 op on Draken, making it work. He got a double kill as well. And SK Gaming, though, they're not going to waste any time. Galil's UMPs coming out, and 3 AKs, and a fair amount of resources as well. They got smokes on every
This is such a big round, though. The money for both squads is almost down to 0. So whoever wins this round will have a second almost for free.
And look at his aggression over near Fountains as SK. And Draken is alone. He has his teammate nearby, but
yeah, that's Raz covering the stairs. So Draken's backside is covered, but he is not getting that kill yet. And I think they want to dig in deeper. Raz stays out there, and there is no refrag ability for the CTs. That's a good advantage for the terrorists now. They have claimed the outskirts of A. Now they can do some work on B as well. They still have 1 minute 10 on the clock.
One thing I noticed about Epsilon is their, especially on the CD side, their refragging has been quite abysmal. The positioning, so to speak, you know, not really playing pairs, kind of spread out. I do understand, like, mixing things up once in a while, but, you know, losing a teammate so early in the round. And Cadian, spotted out by Draken. Molotov's going to come in. Draken.
Oh, he just stays in the corner and he's not getting tagged.
This could be big. This could be big.
The Cadian's timing is going to be crucial. But Draken just gives up his position there. Celos with 1 frag on the outside of A, but Magus with a trade, so it's a 3v4 again. Draken's still in the smoke, just hopping around. Can't pull it off without a rifle. He can't hit the bomb planter, but Freddy B did. And look at Freddy coming in from behind. He's putting a strain to the terrorist focus on the side while the CTs make their way into the side. That's Disco Doppler ringing off that deadly shot onto Cadian. He's not spotting Pimp nor Magus, but there goes Pimp. What a shot by Disco Doppler. Magus got his own, and Freddy B comes in with 10 HP. The bomb will be defused by Draken, and Epsilon show some resilience here, and they show that they can be a nuisance.
Absolutely, Disco. There's some nice shots coming out from him. And Freddy, once again, man. I mean, like, he's been very quiet in the previous game they played against Dignitas. He has just come out, and even the last kill from him, great flank. And Draken, though, a little unlucky so far, but still. And we still haven't seen Rez do anything special, and he was very instrumental in them getting 11 rounds in the previous matchup as well. So Epsilon, they are showing some signs here. Nice play from Draken. Of course, it is going to be kind of a mixed buy coming from SK Gaming, not quite committing to a full armor pistol buy, just trying to equalize the money a little bit and go for the buy the next round. Draken spots another man, and they have 3 men, I think 4 men now over in the A-bomb side.
Yeah, and SK is just trying to push it over. Sometimes you push too hard and everything goes south, but Epsilon pushes just the right amount, gets another kill there. It's a 2v4 nonetheless. Modi is on his own with C4 separated from him, having some trouble, but Saddle somehow doesn't get that kill. It was one of the longest fights in this map yet, and Epsilon still get it done 5-4.
And the money, the fact that again they lost too many members there, they should have just had lost a one man, and I don't know why they took so long to take down SK. And SK gonna buy up, and this time they do have the op on Cadian once again. It's gonna be we've been seeing a lot of glass cannons today, and it's gonna take the duel with Draken, or is he? Maybe not.
At the moment he's not. Interesting things happening in the rotation area with the CTs getting Freddy and Res on B short. Having Draken in the stairwell, and Draken is coming alive now. He's not missing any shots anymore. Good opening frags for the CTs, a 4v3 now. SK definitely is...
Freddy?
Well, they don't look as well drilled as they would have if Cillian was there, if Freeze was there probably. But they are the favorites. I mean, they have all the individual skill as well. It's not like they are one of those teams that live off of their team play, right?
Well, they did lose their orbit, so I don't know, man. I'm not going to say anything right now. This is anyone's game, and 5-4, Epsilon leading here. And against Dignitas, they look, you know, the CD side was abysmal. But this time, Zelos creeping out, spots on Modi. And that's going to leave them in a 2v2 situation. The bomb is making its way over to the A-bomb side. And for SK Gaming, they have Cadian with the op to cut off any potential rotation coming in. He should hear Zelos here. And he can't miss a shot. Come on, Cadian.
Yeah, now Zelos lining up a nade. Cadian knows exactly where Zelos is, but he runs the other direction. Unlucky timing for Cadian, could have been a free frag for him. He's missing that shot. And Pimp now has to step in and get the frag himself, but the smoke is in place. What a round! Zelos is going around again. Cadian is still looking for the kill. Terrorists might end up killing each other there. Oh, Pimp was about to pull the trigger. CTs with the first few sprays. The Molotov will hold them off for now, but Zelos is covering the staircase, shoots Cadian in the arm, gets him killed. Pimp on his own against two. It's not gonna happen. Disco Doppler defuses the bomb, and Epsilon have warmed up. They have shown that they have what it takes against Dignitas already, but this time around, everything works out.
You know what? I don't want to be harsh or anything, but they might as well just got Juliana to stand in.
They wanted to, at least they said so.
They should have, because Cadian, man, I mean, come on. I like the guy, but you can't miss shots like that, not at this level.
They were probably too easy. So, you know, sometimes when an easy shot comes up and you know that it's gonna be easy, you win.
Well, that's in matchmaking. Not at this level, not when, you know, there's a... There's so much online. True, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm being a little harsh, I know, but you just gotta say it out. But meanwhile, the SK Gaming, they are gonna have Modi taken down, but they still have, I mean, 4v4 here, and does Disco know?
Well, he probably does know by now. He's gonna be smashed to death. Has to retreat from his position. That's a bomb plan, and that could be a good round for SK. Just, you know, the bomb plan is already in the back. Now they can get some refrags, make it expensive. Even if they shouldn't win this round, it's already halfway successful. There goes the Cillian, and Cadian onto Freddy B as well. Good job by the terrorists so far. It's a 3v1 now, as Draken and Magus trade blows back and forth. Magus will shut it down onto Zelos. 6-5. SK win this Tech 9 forced by. And that leaves the CETs with a little less money than before. They will be able to buy up.
That was stupid. That was so stupid from Epsilon, just leaving you know, Disco alone there, and they were just so paranoid, just hopping. Just hold the side, just hold the damn side. They knew SK would be low on money, and SK just given an unnecessary round after all those rounds where they struggled so hard to win them, and you pretty much give a free round to an ecoing SK. Should not be happening. And 6-5. Res this time is going to open things up. We kick one, Disco finds one, but Pimp replying back with a double kill. That's going to tie things up, 3v3. And Zelos doesn't have much to play with, just a CZ, Draken with the Scout. And it's definitely in favor of SK here.
Yeah, Epsilon tried to get that aggressive play to work again. It started off not too badly, but then Pimp came in. And the CTs keep Draken and the Scout over at A long. Salos is just spotting into the toilets. And Freddy B is on the B bomb site, but he has no info. So he's gonna be hit blindfolded while the terrorists are lining up that execution. They still have a fair amount of flashes and smokes with them. So Freddy, his only purpose is to stay alive at the moment. He needs to have his teammates to rotate in time. But
He
they
should
are
get
so
one
far
kill
away.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs one kill at least.
He should. Let's see what he can do against the terrorists. They are all creeping rather deep into the bomb site. Now he knows what's gonna happen. He doesn't angle. Oh, Modi steps around, and that is a good headshot by Modi. The Swede in the Danish lineup. Draken and Salos will still rotate. They could also try and pick up some weapons that were dropped on A and save them. But considering it's a 3v2, the chances aren't that bad for them. And Salos making it look even better. There goes Draken! And Draken comes in with his own double kill. As I said, the chances aren't that bad, in fact. Even though it's just a CZ and a Scout, it's the pistols that do all the work for Epsilon. And that's gutting for SK.
Man, this game, like, why? What? I mean, SK Gaming. How could it just like, you know, they knew there was one guy there. They knew it was 2v2. They knew there was a guy coming down from near city spawn, but the fact that they just left short wide open, just complete lack of awareness, overconfidence. I don't know what's happening, but this is it's pretty crappy.
Or misread, I don't know. But the fact that counts is Epsilon won that round. Draken is switching up weapons with Disco Doppler.
Body, nice shot on the res. He's gonna get sprayed. No, he's not. He's gonna survive. Barely alive, 18 points of health. And do bear in mind, both the teams are pretty starved for money here. If you look at the economy for both the teams, pretty low. Both the teams, 7-5. Whoever wins this round should be able to, should actually be, you know, will actually force the other team to go for an eco here. So quite an important round indeed. Disco just with a 5-7 as well. Yeah,
we had quite a few key rounds so far in this matchup, and Epsilon managed to win almost all of them, except for that anti-eco that they let slip. Well, they retaliated, so everything's okay for them right now. SK is creeping in closer and closer to the A-bomb. So Disco! He's the expendable for the CTs. He can go for that cheeky play, the 5-7 in the face of Epsilon, but he comes out on top. Epsilon with a frag. 5v3 in. Holds it down. Oh, assisted by Epsilon. Draken, Salos and Freddy try to come back in this round. But I don't know if they should try it this time around, because
it's still possible. But look at Modi, and I don't think they know that, but I think Draken landed a great flick shot onto Modi, bringing him down 18 points. Sorry, onto Pimp, bringing down 15 points of health. Legged him, in fact, with the off there. But I don't think they know how low the SK players are, so they do have the one Molotov.
Oh, but that bounced weirdly off the truck.
But it's gonna push out Magisk boy. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. Delos.
Yeah, you pronounce it correctly, I guess. It's Magic Boy. But yeah, they get one more frag. That's all they wanted to do, and now they exit.
He picked up the AWP as well. I think Zelos is just trying to salvage that AWP for the next round. So 7-6. Epsilon should force it up here. They should force it up here. They have the AWP, they have an M4.
Yeah, they need to support their guns with something.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah. DZ's coming out into play, and lots of utilities. So but I'm just wondering what Draken's gonna pull off here. He has had his moments, but hasn't been consistent enough, in my opinion, to warrant having that AWP. And they're gonna go very aggressive here to getting water control and connector control as well. And this could work out for them. The rotation could be very, very quick indeed.
Yeah, we've got almost 5 CTs inside the bomb set already. 2 of them at short and 1 coming in from the back. That's Freddy. He's still smoked off. The terrorists really need to watch out right now. Freddy's coming in with the M4. He gets 2 and puts Pimp down to 12 HP. The terrorists are stalled in their move. Epsilon is still inside the side with his bomb on the back. Up against 4 CTs, and they have reclaimed the B bomb site. Modi goes down as well, and Epsilon looks scared. He's on his own. Pimp is trying to back away as well. 1 minute on the clock. what is this case supposed to do with that amount of HP?
And that, kiddies, is why you don't just commit to a site like that so quickly. Especially when you know that, you know, your opponents don't really have that much money. They just have the couple of guns salvaged. They might be going for an ego, or they might be going for a force buy. And the fact that it was a little lucky for Epsilon that they wanted to aggress into connectors and into water, but it worked out for them. Like, SK chose to go to the B bomb site, and that's exactly what happens. YOLO B doesn't work out every single time. Fail flash and wow. 21 points of health. Zealous doesn't give a damn, man. But
and they started
shots.
out this round with an M4 and an AWP, and they get the round win. They get 2 AWPs and 2 AKs for that. Perfect investment for Epsilon. 8-6, last round of this half. It's only one map. It's a best of 1 here in the group stage of the DreamHack Tours Minor. Brought to you by our partners Monster, Alienware, and of course DreamHack themselves. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to you guys out there, and big shout out to Epsilon, who are getting it done again and again. The force buy for the terrorists not too successful yet.
What is
2v2 somehow. Cylin and magazine cading combined. Disco Doppler finds himself down to 12 HP, backing away from the site. The terrorists will actually rotate through the CT spawn.
That's a nice read though from Epsilon. If you look at Disco, he's making haste all the way over to long. He knows that the T's should go over to the A bomb site here, and I don't know if they'll be expecting Disco waiting with the AWP here in long.
No, they won't. What a play by Disco. You pointed it out already. That read, Epsilon is on his own. He knows Disco is at long. Now he knows that Raz is there as well. Incendiary grenades and molotovs come raining in. They have smoke as well. They will smoke him off. But there's a small gap in the smoke. Epsilon free through. He puts down the first and the second. What a clutch by Epsilon. What a round by both teams. Going back and forth all the time. Double kills here and there. And a 2v1 clutch by Epsilon to make it the 7th round for SK.
That was a great play from Epsilon there, but 8-7. And to be honest, yeah, like Epsilon are going to the second half with the lead. And the thing is, bear in mind, their T-side was pretty impressive against Dignitas. It wasn't bad at all. It was pretty impressive stuff. And SK Gaming, man, they are a favorite, one of the favorites of this entire tournament. Forget this particular match, and Epsilon are the absolute underdogs. And you said Frist is undergoing a surgery, right?
Yeah, he had the surgery already, and he's in recovery at the moment.
He's recuperating, and he might need more painkillers at this rate if he's watching this game, because this is painful. Yeah. This is absolutely painful to watch SK struggling. Yeah, I mean, he's like, all right, you know what? I just went through a surgery. Or, you know, hopped up on painkillers and whatnot, but I can't take this punishment. He might be watching
at the moment, by the way. So shout out and get well soon to Freeze.
And I hope this game doesn't really, you know, affect your recovery, so to speak, because this is looking ugly, man. I mean, SK should really have this in the bag. But then again, Epsilon, I'm not going to take anything away from them. They've had some moments of brilliance, and for once, you know what? It feels like they're playing more like a team than they did against Dignitas.
Yeah, like I said, they at the end of the first map of Epsilon against Dignitas, I said, I hope that they get comfortable now and that they settle in. You know, the first few nervous seconds when you get to a stage, when you play for a big audience, and when you play for a big tournament. Sometimes you just need those 30 minutes to get used to it, and then you're back in your normal shape. Look at Zelos, for example. He was quite yeah, he wasn't as good as he used to be on the first match, but now he's on 12 frags.
Yeah, so things looking for Epsilon. I would be expecting them to try something a little bit different on their I wonder who called the tactical pause here. Could be Epsilon, I guess, or SK. Take a look quickly.
Yeah, I show it as well.
Yeah, it's an Epsilon timeout. They know that they have a chance here. They are the underdogs, and if they manage to knock out SK, I think it would definitely count as a legitimate upset.
I wonder, another thing that I wonder about at the moment is, did Dignitas talk to SK between the maps, and did they give each other tips?
I don't know.
That might be
the
Danes why we are on overpass.
I don't know how you know how close the Danes are, so to speak, between SK and Dignitas. But yeah, Dignitas might have given. I don't know. I really think Dignitas would be more worried about facing Orbit. So I don't think they would have had time. But here we go.
Yeah.
Unpause coming in. Epsilon, they had a tactical pause. I wonder what they're going to show us here. They do have the raid boss buy on Disco Dopland with Tech 9 and armor. And there's a loss with a smoke and flash and a P250. And for the rest, it's going to be Drake and Rez with armor. And Freddy B going to be opting to go with the P250. I think he's the one who donated Tech 9 to Disco. So let's see what they have planned here.
Yeah, the Terror Tech 9 on Disco Dopland. Going for the B-bomb set initially. Freddy B stays back inside the B-bomb set. And that's the first frag already. Rez with a Glock headshot onto Modi. The B-bomb set has been compromised. Last man inside is Pimp, and he makes it happen. 4v4 gives his team a good fighting chance here on the retake. But no equipment except for the smoke on the Cillian. CTs have to watch out to not run into those crossfires. And Epsilon is pulling way back out of the bomb site. Draken is actually at B short, B long. The CTs show themselves already. That's Celos with that first frag. Cadian still trying to get something done. Doesn't spot anyone. Finally does spot one. Gets the frag as well. A Cillian caught with a nade out. Catches some bullets. Cadian still alive. The smoke is in place. The defuse is on. And Rez. Oh, Cadian coming in there. Even
no
though
time.
Terrorist dropped his teammate. That is heartbreaking. Cadian just simply didn't see anyone until he saw them, and then he had every single headshot. But they got the kill through the smoke.
Yeah, that was I mean, a little bit too late there. Cadian coming alive, but oh well, Epsilon. It doesn't matter, right? The bomb exploded. They managed to win that round, and gonna be a force buy coming out from SK Gaming. No surprises there. They do have. I'm not remember. Actually, Cadian's gonna be going for the eco here, just at the P250. Probably trying to, you know, go for the double eco later on, potentially, and go for the op buy early as possible. They really need that big run in place. And Epsilon doing the right logical thing, trying to, you know, maintain long distance aim duels going into long. They do have Brady B, who's gonna catch out Cadian with the Galil of his, and the remaining members of his team gonna be making haste into the A bombs. Or Pimp is alone with the scout. What can he possibly do here?
Not much. He's switched to the UT already to get ready for the close quarter encounter, but nobody gets killed except for Celos. Backstep by Magus. He gets some more damage dealt on here. And now he's got an MP7, but not anymore as Freddy B. That is a breakout. Not necessarily in this one round, but in this half so far, and I mean in this game so far.
Modi just trying to hold on to this gun for the next round, and this might just force that SK to go for a double eco here. And that's gonna extend Epsilon's lead pretty substantially, unless, again, you know, it's been a pretty crazy couple of games. We could definitely see an eco win coming out from SK as well. But Epsilon, this is a great opportunity for them to make it to 12 rounds easily.
Yeah, and that puts the pressure onto SK, but sometimes, well, I get flashbacks from Liquid, and I see the underdog kind of pressures them. They put the pressure on themselves when they're getting close to winning the game. They're like, oh, we are so close, that they get crampy again. And Epsilon needs to be relaxed, at the same time highly focused. So many different things have to fall into place for them, and SK need to snap on the first opportunity to come back in this game.
Full B stack coming out from SK Gaming, and unfortunately for them, Epsilon are having none of it. They just got to make haste into the A-bomb side. And Zelos leading the way with the Mag-10, hoping for a drive-by shooting. Unfortunately, he's not going to find anyone, but now he should be able to hear the rotation coming in. And for SK, it's always a question, right? Like, do you just try hold on to his USPs, or do you fight, or do you give away these easy you know, free money frags to the T's? And that's exactly what we're going to do, right? Draken and Zelos having time with Elias, picking up easy eco kills. Ruthless play coming out from Epsilon. That's going to extend the lead by 4 rounds here. And SK Gaming, no, they're going to go for the buy here. They do have the op on Cadian. The rest of the team, kind of light here. They do have the smokes, number of flashes, but no Molotovs, no nades whatsoever. Just a 1 kit on Modi, who has the FAMAS.
And the lack of head armor might come into play here with
the UMP and the Galil. Yes, this could be
a huge difference.
Very bad thing. This could be a very bad gamble. And look at Epsilon, no time being wasted. But the nice counter flash from the CTs. That's gonna burn Zelos alive, but not for long. He's gonna push in. Freddy's gonna open things up. And
Zelos doesn't care. He just stays inside the bomb site. He's being surrounded by CTs basically. Works his way out through the smoke. What a cheeky play by Salos. Oh, he just barely missed up onto Pimp, but both of them are blinded. Pimp is still in there, and they missed each other. Look at that. They somehow know that they are there, but they, at the same time, they don't know. Look at Pimp and Salos. Finally, Salos picks up that kill.
What is this game?
The bomb is dropped, not planted, by the way. It's a 3v2. Draken will pick off Cadian there. So it's a 2v2 again, but the CT have Modi to come in from B short, and he's going to be the key player right here. He can defend the bomb site, and he can keep the terrorists from planting. At the same time, he's got a small crossfire with Magus.
This round has been the most ridiculous round so far today. Absolutely.
Let's see who's going to win it. That's even more interesting, because Epsilon is about to push into CT spawn, going for an A rotation with 30 seconds on the clock. And Magus gets onto it. He spots them, but he doesn't hit that shot. He goes down to Draken. Of all guys, the AWP player picks up that kill. Modi on the rotation with 25. Draken misses that one shot. He's got a second chance. He's not making it, and Modi comes back at the round. What an insane play right now. 1v1. Salos is planting did plant the bomb, and now it's Modi just waiting for Salos. Modi knows how insane this round was already, so he just wants to calm down a little bit, collect himself.
But he gotta ask us about Drake, and he hits a tough shot. Like, I think it was a no-scope headshot, and it misses an easy one on Modi.
Yeah, and Salos will close it out onto Modi. The 1v1 goes the way of Epsilon. What a chaotic round. 12-7. The Swedes must be insanely happy about that one.
Oh, yeah. Firstly, I haven't seen like so much of nerves being showcased by both teams. Missing easy shots, so many miscommunications, misplays, whatnot. And the funny thing is, I do see a lot of familiar names here, like pretty well known. And Modi, I mean, this guy's been there forever. Cadian, you know, they're struggling. They're really struggling with Epsilon. And the Swedes, man, 5 rounds in the lead, and SK Gaming will be forced to go for another eco, and we just might be seeing SK Gaming going out in a very, very embarrassing manner here.
Yeah, or Epsilon being the Splice of EU.
Don't insult Splice, dude. Splice is like the best team in the world, you know that.
Cadian is going for a frag. He has smelled presence, and that's it. So Cadian just walks in there to kill him, and he knew that he will be traded, that's for sure.
This could still go the way of Escape. They played this right. They have the hands on an AK, which is with Magisk Boy, and the remaining members, they don't have armor. They had a pistol, so they do have the man advantage. They have the one AK on Magisk Boy. Damn it. Can't pronounce that name right. But the problem is all the way over in the A bomb side, while the C4, and I think they're going to be going for a fake here perhaps. Draken slowly lurking near short. Maybe no, he's just going to wrap around from connector and join his teammates over in the B bomb side, where they have to just contend with Epsilon, who is alone, but he has a little bit of armor, but he can easily get aim punched. Or
and
actually,
Modi is
he's
there
facing.
As well. Even though Modi is not in the site itself, he has eyes on short, so he can't focus anymore. Magus is the guy to pull it back. It's a 2v3 now, 2 unarmored CTs, and Magus is pulling it off. Another frag for him, and now Pim comes in from behind. He picks up an AK. Freddy doesn't know where the CT was. Pim moved way too fast, and SK is coming back into this game with an eco round win.
Magisk, man. Magisk boy. He gets the first kill and puts that AK to great use. At one point when Epsilon got his head decapitated, I thought, yeah, that's it, it's over. But Magisk boy with 2 quick kills, and then in the end, I think it was a 3v1. No chance in hell whatsoever with the last man left alive for Epsilon. So 12-8 SK Gaming. They make a round go their way finally, in spite of the fact that they barely had anything to play with. But Epsilon, though, they have a substantial amount of money, so they should be able to go for a full buy here.
Yeah, and they end up with 7k on Salos, so even if they lose this one, Salos might get some rifles donated to his teammates. So let's see where Epsilon can take this one. It's another round that is going to be crucial. You have seen 2 of those rounds already, where both teams were on the verge of a save, actually sometimes even a double save. And this is one more of those.
Let's see what SK can bring out here. They are on the back foot. One thing I've noticed, curious thing, is if you look at most teams going for a full buy, let's say look at Epsilon, right? They had a full buy, they had full Molotovs, smokes, flashbangs, and you notice like how no one buys HE nades. I mean, it just goes to show how broken the explosive nades are in this game. The fact that people don't want to invest in it at all. You know, it's like, oh, it's alright, I might as well buy a Zeus or an extra flashbang. I don't want to buy a nade. It's a waste of money. And I really feel, and we've seen it, right? We've seen so many games, even you and me casting together, how so many rounds have been decided over the fact that a nade, which should have definitely killed the person, did 0 damage.
Yeah, or 1 or 2 sometimes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I think that is such a random factor in the game that punishes good play. Like, you know exactly where one team, where your enemy is, and you toss a nade, you know he's there, but because of how the nade is, it does 0 damage. But meantime, enough of my rambling. It's got to be an A play coming out. 5v5, no one dead yet.
And
25 seconds remaining on the clock.
He's inside the A bomb site, up against the 5 terrorists of Epsilon, and they gave away their plans already. 20 seconds on the clock. They need to hurry up. They need to be a little bit nervous about this one. Modi and Magus get the trades. Modi finally goes down. 3v3 in 9 seconds, 8 seconds. 7. Can they plant the bomb? Draken is there, but he gets intercepted, and the CTs will not miss that chance. As I said, SK has to snap the first opportunity to come back into this game. They won the eco, they follow it up with a very sturdy defense here, and they break Epsilon's economy somewhat, as you can see. 5k on Cello still, 3k on Draken and company. But yeah,
that was that could have still gone either way, but there was a Molotov from Epsilon onto the guy who was hiding in that corner next to the truck in the A-bomb side, and the Molotov failed. The Molotov failed completely, and if that Molotov was there, the guy lurking in that corner would have been pushed out. Then it could definitely be a much more comfortable round, I think, for Epsilon. So small little mistakes costing them rounds here. And Ikaron pushing in. Disco's gonna find the one man, but Pip is still lurking, spraying for the smoke. And Home's gonna get planted.
Yeah, that's the objective achieved for Epsilon, I guess.
Yeah, that shouldn't even have happened there. But just one casualty for SK, so SK should be feeling alright with it. Epsilon, though, they have now a lot of money, in fact. They still had a little bit of money. They should be able to go for at least a 2-round buy, because if they lose the next round, it's going to be, you know, the money bonus is just going to increase more and more till it maxes out. So they should be able to go for 2 consecutive buys, even if they lose this particular round. So 12-10. It's still very close.
Yeah, the pressure's back on Epsilon. They know their lead is slipping away. SK is on the CT side. They get their money rolling. They get their confidence back. We are on the brink, or on the edge of the cliff now. And they are right behind us, trying to push us over.
And bear in mind, for those who are just tuning in, this is a knockout game. Loser just goes home. They have no opportunity left to, you know, to fight for a slot for the major qualifiers. So everything at stake here. And for SK Gaming, it's working out fine. They're going to take on Zelos. That's the early casualty for SK Gaming. Cadian Flash is going to fall back. But now they should know.
Epsilon and Freddy have a little standoff here at B short. The CTC side to push in again. Risky play by Modi, but he's on the other side of the smoke, so the terrorists will probably not expect him. Now let's switch over to the A bomb site, because we have action all over the map with 54 seconds on the clock. The bomb still dropped behind, and the CTs will pick up the kill on the A side. It's Cadian to kill Draken. And the terrorists have virtually no other option than to go for B.
They do have a couple of Molotovs, you know, 2 smokes as well, a few flashes to work with, but the 2-man advantage firmly with SK Gaming at 30 seconds remaining on the clock. The C4 is still undecided near T-spawn. Are they going to save this?
I don't know. It looks like it, yeah. They will save. They have some money for Celos. That's enough.
I think it's a I think it's a mental thing as well. So what usually happens is when you have a lead, right? You have a comfortable lead, and you start losing maybe a couple of rounds, giving away a couple of rounds, and then you feel this thing like, hey, you know what, guys, we still have the lead. It's okay. Let's take a little bit more slow. We still have another round. We still have another round, and that can easily capitulate into you just throwing the game away. You need to you know, you need to push while you still have the advantage here. And I'm not
Yeah.
very comfortable with what Epsilon did that round. Sure, I get what they're trying to say. They ran out of time and everything, but the fact is they're giving SK Gaming not just the rounds, but giving them the confidence that... Sorry, yeah, they're giving SK Gaming the confidence that, hey, you know what? We can still drag this back this time around. A little bit of aggression being showcased by Epsilon over near Monster and the B-bomb side.
Cadian almost went down to the flames there. They were reaching for him as if they were a player of Epsilon. They were actively hunting Cadian down. Now Modi is hunting down Freddy B on B short. And I'm curious to see if Epsilon have the guts to take it back here. They lose another man advantage. Well, not the man advantage, but they give away the man advantage. And them being the underdog, you can see their behavior. They are paying a lot more respect to SK than they did at the start of this half.
Oh, and that late triple man boost, I think, from Pim takes down Zelos. And once again, it's a 5v3, but this time around, they are going to come into the B-bomb site. It's going to be Disco leading the way.
Oh, Rez with a flash double kill on the CTs. Modi with the reply, leaving up to Draken. 47 seconds, so plenty of time for him to work with. He's got the bomb as well. And the trusty orb. Already Cadian on 18 HP, so he could actually be a possible block kill. And Magus and Cadian are just waiting there, covering themselves and each other, waiting for Draken to make his move. And he's faking it out in the open. Now he knows that Cadian is right there, but the flames should reach for Draken. Now they have baited him in. Both of the CTs are there. He still gets one frag, but Cadian with the CZ75. If that would have been a one-shot, two-kill, I would have shot my lungs out probably, but...
but that was a nice flick shot as well there from...
Draken.
From Draken. Oh man, nice fast scope coming in from him, but Cadian, 18 points of health. These rounds are coming down to the wire. And Epsilon, it's P90 time.
It's
I think
P90.
they've stopped giving a damn. Yeah,
Rush
P90
B,
time.
no stop. That's the play for the terrorists.
Rush B, no stop. Let's keep going.
Oh, the flames, that is so much damage.
They almost went down just because of the incendiary nades here. 3v4 still. They want to do some damage as well on the way to probably not get this round. As the T's try to maintain control. They get pushed by a Cillian. Finally, Disco Doppler answers back.
He's in a very tough spot here.
They know that they have the bomb set under control. They have two players in heaven, one at short, and Magus is not letting Disco Doppler get away with it. 13-12 in favor of SK Gaming, winning 6 rounds in a row after losing 4 in a row. And the 4 in a row were simply the pistol round and the first rifle.
And Epsilon, they are going to be going for this very light pistol armor by just try and get the bomb done at the very least, and might be seeing this time a push into A where they have to contend with 2 men. There's going to be Magic Boy and Cadian. Perfect flashback coming from Magic Boy. It's going to blind, sorry, from Cadian. It's going to blind a few people, but Magic didn't spot anyone out. But I think here's the T's pushing in, and that's going to draw the man from the B bomb side. It's going to be Pimp coming back to the A bomb site here to back his teammates up, but so far no contact yet. And Epsilon, they do have a couple of smokes, so they should be, yep, here they come charging in. But this should be a massacre here.
Tech 9 in hand, Disco Doppler gets it first. Oh, he runs into Cadian a little bit by accident. Good frags for the terrorists opening up this round. And Disco Doppler is in the CT spawn, trying to keep the CTs from rotating in there. It's a 2v3. Modi is coming into the help of a Cillian who picks off Zelos. Zelos goes to, Rez goes to work on a Cillian, and it's a 1v2. Can Modi, the 1.6 legend, pull it off here against Epsilon? The bomb is not planted. They still have to do that, so while they're planting it, it's virtually a 1v1. Modi is taking his chance, pushes into the truck, gets the first frag. Now it's Disco Doppler with the AWP against Modi, and he's behind that crate. Bomb is ticking. Modi has the time though, he has a defuse kit. Just waiting. Both players try to draw each other out. What a crucial round that is as well. Disco Doppler comes around from the edge of the smoke, picks up the triple kill, and Epsilon is right back again. SK Gaming will be able to buy up, but what a round that was by both teams basically.
And Disco Doplin, like, he's been very, very quiet this entire game, but that round with Tech9 just running and gunning, picks up 2 quick kills and clutches it out in the end. Valiant effort from Modi as well, but he took a little bit too long. And Disco really showing up when absolutely required. 13-13, the scores are tied. The money on SK looking still pretty comfortable, actually. Even if they lose this round, they should be able to buy up, so they can still fight it. And they won't have to necessarily give Epsilon overtime. Sorry, the map point. And Cadian, with the op opening things up, is going to take on Draken. That's one danger man taken out of the equation. And once again, like you said, the thing with Epsilon is how they seem to always lose their first man so easily, and there's no one to trade immediately.
Yeah,
and
the same thing happened on the CT side already. So they're constantly struggling uphill. I don't know how long they can take it. I hope that they can take it a few more rounds. I would love to see an overtime here. Raz with an important headshot. He is sitting at the bottom of his team scoreboard, and he's gonna be traded by Pimp here. Even though Raz got a few really important frags, you can never count out anyone in this matchup at the moment. Freddy looking for some info. He can catch Pimp, who flashes himself out, but actually doesn't go out. Pimp returns
Pimp
back.
is just being a massive thorn in the side of Epsilon this round, because they know he's there somewhere, and he is just playing this so smart, and they should know he's falling back.
Well, 30 seconds on the clock when they killed Pimp. They have to rush it, basically. They can't really prepare themselves too much. Zelos will quickly smoke off. They will Molotov off Toxic as well, and an 8 goes into CT spawn. But there is one more guy. It's a Cillian in the corner. He messes up the first spray, just barely gets one frag. 2v2 now. Modi and Cadian up against the 2 terrorists. Make that only Modi and Zelos with the triple kill. Epsilon win 2 rounds in a row and make it 14-13. Wow. Sick match.
Wow. Sick match indeed. But SK Gaming, like I said, their money wasn't so bad the previous round. They do have enough money to go for the force here. Just to UMP, they're not gonna try and give. They're gonna try and make sure Epsilon don't reach map point here. But Epsilon, they are on the verge of a pretty famous victory, if you ask me. Just a couple more rounds remaining. SK Gaming's money is pretty bad here. It's pretty bad here. And if they lose this round, they're gonna have barely anything to work with. Just might be able to go for Pistol Armor buy in the next round. So Epsilon, Reman just waiting for this for SK to show some aggression.
Yeah, Epsilon know they have the game in the palm of their hands. They don't want to give it away anymore. They almost already gave it away to SK with that big CT streak. So SK should be able to say, okay guys, we know we can pull it off, yeah? Just focus, do what we did in the previous rounds, and we will win this one. Trust me. You know, the motivation, the momentum.
This is going to be a fairy tale story if it happens as well, because I think everyone were expecting SK and Dignitas to win their respective games, and Orbit and Epsilon to meet in the losers, bracket and whatnot.
Yeah.
But right now it's been kind of turned topsy-turvy. Firstly, SK getting upset by Orbit, and now they might just get knocked out by Epsilon, the Swedes, who came in from the open bracket. And Cadian, the man.
Oh, Magus is helping out as well. The CT's with a quick rotation. Cadian is blinded, but still gets one frag. 3v3. Disco Doppler on 4 HP. Modi coming in from behind. The terrorists still have to plant the bomb, and Modi is going to be so crucial. Doesn't have the right timing at the moment, but just waits out. He wants his teammates to make some moves as first, and it's Cillian and Modi to pick up the frags. Draken with a 1v3 at hand. He's pushed all the way, but gets one frag. Oh, misses another one, and just barely gets killed by a Cillian Series P. What a round again. I can't emphasize how close those rounds are all the way down to the wire. So many 2v2s, 1v1s, 3v2s, everything in there.
I don't even know what to say anymore, man. Timeout being called by SK Gaming. They need to just probably gather their mind at the moment. And 14-14. This could definitely go either way. It's going to overtime. This could be very, very long.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams are doing a good job of keeping each other out of control in those crucial moments when SK were about to close it out or get all the way to the 15th round. Suddenly Epsilon came up big, and those clutches, I would love to show you the economy graph, but Valve decided to remove it because
Yeah.
who cares
know
about
why.
economy in CSGO, right? The 26th round was a Tech 9 forced by Epsilon, and Draken went absolutely nuts.
Absolutely. I don't know, man. This is coming down to the wire. They do have. Let's look at the buy here for Epsilon. I think they managed to buy the guns and drop it because I can't see it here. They probably have a couple of AKs and Galils probably dropped on the floor. And what do you think they should do right now, Dabu? Like, if you were in Epsilon's shoes.
Rush B, no stop. Well, it's such a hard call to make right now. I really don't want to be in their shoes, you know. And I certainly don't want to walk a mile in their shoes. They must be sweaty as hell.
Well, let's see what SK gonna bring out. They do have the Open Cadian, who has managed to redeem himself at least a little bit on their on the later rounds with a big green. And for Epsilon, this is pretty much a make or break by the looks of it. They have Draken on the glass cannon. Not gonna find anyone. SK should know that the money is not that great for Epsilon, so they shouldn't be trying to go for these close quarter duels. You know, try to go for the long duels, and Aiden's gonna open things up. Disco Toplan, who has been fabulous this entire game, is gonna be the first casualty of this round. There's a man advantage for SK Gaming and for Epsilon.
But maybe Epsilon prepares themselves for those matches by playing 4v5s all the time, because it seems like they actually don't care about giving up that first frag. They don't have that big of a problem, you know. Sometimes you see those underdogs taking themselves back into their own shell like a snail, you know. You touch a snail, it goes back into its shell. But Epsilon is just bursting out again, equalizing the player count 4v4 now.
Well, Cadian, I mean, he's pretty much got outpicked there by Draken, and they're making a lot of noise here, and that's gonna draw out. No, they're still gonna have just 2 men inside the A-bomb site. That's gonna be Magic Boy and Pimp with the op, and that could be a very dangerous person to have the big green gun in his hands. He's gonna fall back. Zelos takes on Magic's Boy. Now Pimp has got to go big here. He's got to go really big. Rotation coming in, but it's gonna take a few more seconds as Epsilon is gonna just rain in the smokes. It takes too long though, and look at Draken.
Wow. That is Draken coming up big again with a double kill. 2v4. SK, I don't know how their money looks, but now they need to go for this one. There is no question about it anymore. Modi and Epsilon have a fighting chance, but now it's only Epsilon against the 3 terrorists. He makes it a 1v2, has to reload, and goes down to Res. And look at that celebration by Res, as if he had won the map already. Epsilon with 1 map and match point at the same time. They can eliminate SK with that. Well, it's an anti-eco. They will go for Galil.
I hope these guys watch Hawaiian Kids videos on you know, how to do anti-eco rounds. Because you just have to do that. Play it safe. Don't do anything stupid. Just do not do anything stupid. Don't go to close quarter battles. Don't, you know, just walk into a side. Use your resources. You have so many Molotovs. You got smokes, flashbangs, whatnot. Use all of them. Clear out the corners. Take it slow. You have this in the bag. And for SK Gaming, they got virtually nothing to play with. Just the 5-7s, couple of CZs thrown into the mix. That's it. So this is a chance here for Epsilon. For probably might be the biggest upset of this particular lineup.
Definitely. The whole tournament is looking at them probably, because Dignitas and Orbiter finished with their matchup. Dignitas qualified for the playoffs.
Oh, what was the scoreline?
16-14, I think. And so
okay.
The winner of this one would face off against Orbit. Let's see if SK can prolong this game. They have... Well, they have some amount of equipment, so they can counter flash and slow it down, and they have a 4-man stack on A. But actually, look at Freddy B. He's already checking out the backside of the CTs. The terrorists are slowly rotating. They're creeping like a snail again. But this time,
could be it.
They have
this
their
could be it,
eyes
yeah.
out. And Draken is checking out the staircase. If Modi is going to spot the terrorist, but he's going to be spotted as well. The CTs with the rotation, but look at Freddy B. He's already there, getting 1 frag only. Pimp with an important frag. The CTs
Draken
somehow push it back in favor of themselves. A 3v3, the bomb is ticking. Now they have to coordinate themselves as well as possible. Pimp is in heaven still. His teammates are slowed down by the Molotov. Magus is taking points, so Cadian can take the refrag, while Pimp is making it happen on Celos. That's Cadian with the refrag. Pimp in a 1v1. Res on 44 HP. This is definitely feasible for Pimp. He's got the experience, and he's got the aim as well, but no defuse
He's got no kit.
Yeah. And Res is coming around, he's playing the time, and he makes it happen! Epsilon will get themselves to the next round against Orbit in a 16-14 win against SK. The clear underdog is getting themselves a really good performance on the board, and they will face off Orbit in a best-of-3 series on the main stream. Or is it going to be a best-of-3? I think it is, as we are going
to
check that out real quick. But what a match by Epsilon, man. What can you say about Draken? I mean, that guy really warmed up.
They seem to be a much more better unit overall after, you know, how they performed earlier against Dignitas, but I feel more like SK, they really needed Freeze to be there. It was just painful to watch sometimes, some of those rounds. But yeah, kind of an ugly game to a certain degree, but you can't deny that it was definitely exciting. Coming down to 1v1 in the end there. And well, congratulations to Epsilon. They now face Orbit for the chance to go into the semifinals. Yeah, just one step closer to the major qualifier slot.
And it is a best-of-3 between Orbit and Epsilon. So we thank you for tuning in. We will be back with the next game of Group B at 16 CEST. It's going to be Godsend against NC. Thank you for tuning in, guys and girls. You have been amazing, except for the spammers. I think you will be back as well. And
hopefully,
we are going to take a look at the trailers. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.